In this video, we're talking about factoring trinomial. Let's look at this first example. X squared plus 6x plus 8. We need to factor this trinomial, right? First of all, you need to notice the coefficient a equal 1, b equal 6, and c equal 8. You need to write down 8 right here, and then you need to find two numbers that we multiply them together equal 8. You see, 1 times 8 equal 8. 2 times 4 equal 8. And 4 times 2 equal 8, which is the same as this. And then you need to find the set of two numbers that when we add them together equal b or 6. We notice 2 plus 4 is 6 right here. So we choose this set, 2 and 4. Therefore, the final answer is x plus 2 times x plus 4. You can double check the result by, multiply them back together. You see, x times x equal x squared. X times 4 equal 4x. And 2 times x equal 2x. And 2 times 4 equal 8. You see? X squared right here, and then 4x plus 2x equals 6x, and 8 right here. So the final answer is, when you factor the given trinomial, is x plus 2 times x plus 4 right here. Let's look at another example. X squared plus 5x plus 6. We try to factor this trinomial. You see, a equal 1. A is a coefficient. B equal 5 and C equal 6, right? The first step you need to do is you need to write down number 6 right here, and then you need to find two numbers that multiply them together equal 6, and then the summation equal B equal 5. Let's write them down, the product first. See, 1 times 6 equals 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. And 3 times 2, which is the same, right? So we notice that 2 plus 3 is 5. See? So we choose this one because 2 plus 3 equal B equal 5. And then 2 times 3 equals 6. So the final result is x times 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 3. You can double check by multiply back together. You see, x times x equal x squared right here, and then x times 3 equal 3x. 2 times x equal 2x, and then 2 times 3 equals 6. You see, x squared plus, you see, 3x plus 2x equal 5x plus 6, which is the given, the original expression. So the final answer is x plus 2 times x plus 3. Let's look at another example here. We have x squared minus 7x plus 12. We need to factor this trinomial, right? First of all, you need to notice a equal 1, right? B equal negative 7, and C equal 12. So the first step, you need to write down 12 right here, which is C. You need to write down, two numbers that when we multiply them together equal 12, and then when we add them together equal negative 7, which is B right here. So, just put it some numbers here. 1 times 12 equal 12. 2 and 6. 2 times 6 equal 12. 3 times 4 equal 12. And then 4 times 3, which is the same as 3 times 4. And then 6 and 2, and then 12 and 1, which is the same, right? We notice that these are positive numbers, right? When we add them together, like 3 and 4 and 2 and 6, 1 and 12, we cannot get a negative 7, right? So what I'm gonna do is we put negative 3 right here, and then negative 4. What do we see here? Negative 3 times negative 4, we still get positive 12. And then when we add negative 3 with negative 4, when we add them together, right, we got negative 7 right here. So the final answer is x minus 3 times x minus 4. And you can also double check by multiply them back together to see if it is the original expression or not, right? See, x times x, you got x squared right here. And then x times negative 4, you got negative 4x right here. Negative 3 times x, you get negative 3x, right? And then negative 3 times negative 4, you got positive 12. Because negative times negative, you got positive. See, right now we have x squared, right? Negative 4x minus 3x, you get minus 7x plus 12, this is exactly the same as original expression. And therefore, this is the final answer for this question. Let's look at another example here. We have x squared plus 2x minus 8, right? So we need to factor this trinomial. We see a equal 1 here, b equal 2, and c equal negative 8. The first step, again, we need to write down negative 8 right here. And then we find out two numbers that when we multiply them together equal negative 8. And then when we add them together equal 2. Because this is a negative number, we need to write down one number is positive and then the other number has to be negative, right? So 1, we write out 1 and times to negative 8. You see, 1 times negative 8, you got negative 8. And then 2 times negative 4, you get negative 8. And then 4 times negative 2, you got negative 8. And then 8 times negative 1, you got negative 8, right? So we need to choose between these set, which one is the one we are looking for, right? You see, 1 add to negative 8, you got negative 7, right? We don't take it. 2 add to negative 4, we get negative 2, and then we don't take this value, right? 4 add to negative 2, you got positive 2 right here. You see, 4 we add negative 2, we get positive 2. And then 4 times negative 2, we got negative 8, which is this one, C. So the final answer is x plus 4 times x minus 2. You can also double check by multiply them back together, right? See, x times x equal x squared right here. And then x times negative 2, you got negative 2x, right? And then 4 times x, you get 4x right here, right? And then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 right here. So we got x squared. See, negative 2x plus 4x right here, you got 2x, positive 2x, and then minus 8. And this is exactly, original expression. So therefore, this is the final answer for this question. The method that I perform above is possibly working when a equal 1. What happened then when a different than 1? So let's look at this example. 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. We need to factor this out, right? See, a right here is 2 is different than 1, right? And b is negative 5 and c is negative 3. So we need to do like this. We take a times c, which is 2 times negative 3, equal negative 6, right? And then what we're going to do is when we need to write two numbers that we multiply them together equal negative 6, right? And then when we add them together equal b, which is negative 5. So we put 1 right here and then negative 6 right here, because 1 times negative 6 equal negative 6. And then 2, we got times 3, negative 6 right here, right? And then 3 times negative 2, you got negative 6 right here, and so on, right? We need to check. You see, 1 add to negative 6 right here, 1 add to negative 6 right here, we got negative 5 right here. Bingo. This is the set that we're looking for, right? So what are we going to do is we write like this. 2x squared, see, equal 2x squared. We put 5x, negative 5x, we write it in two terms, 1x and negative 6x, right? So we put plus 1x, right? And then subtract 6x, subtract 3, right? Now, you see, we put x outside, see? And then we put 2 times x, because x times 2x equal to 2x squared, right? And then add 1, right? Because x times y equal x, right? We put a minus sign right here, and then we put 3 outside, and then inside we got 2x, because you see negative 3 times 2x equal negative 6x, right? Plus 1, because negative 3 times 1 equal negative 3. Now you got the common factor, 2x plus 1. We put 2x plus 1 outside, right? Inside gonna be x minus 3. And this is the final answer for this question. When a different than 1, in this case a equal 2. Let's look at another example when a different than 1. For example, 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. We need to factor this out. You see, a equal 3, different than 1, right? and then b equal negative 4 and c equal negative 4. The first step we need to do is we take a times c, which is 3 times negative 4 equal negative 12. So we need to find two numbers that when we multiply them together equal negative 12, and then when we add them together equal b, which is negative 4. So we just try to write out some numbers here. 1, right, and negative 12. 2, negative 6. 3, negative 4, and 4, negative 3, and so on. Let we try to add two numbers together, right? 1 add to negative 12, we get a negative 11, so we don't take this set, right? 2 add to negative 6, we get a negative 4, right? See right here, 2 add to negative 6, we got negative 4, which is this one, which is b. And then 2 times negative 6, we got negative 12, right? Bingo. So we choose this set, 2 and negative 6. So what are we gonna do next is equal to negative 3x squared, right? We write down negative 4x in two terms, 2x and negative 6x, right? So we put plus 2x right here and minus 6x equal minus 4, right? Because 2x minus 6x equal negative 4x right here. So equal 3x squared, right? We group them together, this one together, and we group negative 6x minus 4 together, right? You see, when we put x outside right here, so we got 3 times x right here, because x times 3x equal to 3x squared plus 2, because right here x times 2 equal to x right here, and then we put minus sign right here, and then we put 2 outside, so inside gonna be 3x. See, negative 2 times 3x equal negative 6x, right? And then we put minus plus 2 inside right here. Minus 2 times 2 equal negative 4 right here. Now you see the common factor 3x plus 2, right? So we put 3x plus 2 outside the parentheses, and we put x minus 2 right here. And this is the final answer for this question when a different than 1. In this case, a equal 3. If the problem asks you to solve for x, which means to find all the value of x that makes the expression equal 0. So what are we going to do is we put the final answer equal 0. So what are we going to do is we put 3x plus 2 times x minus 2 equals 0, right? This is the product of two numbers. When they multiply together equals 0, which means each number or each expression could be equal 0, you see, or x minus 2 equals 0, right? I'll solve the easy one first for you. You see x minus 2 equals 0, right? What are we going to do is we need to isolate the x. We add 2 both sides. I mean the left hand side and the right hand side. So you got, you see, minus 2s to 2, you get 0. So x equal positive 2. And this is one solution. How about this one? 3x plus 2 equals 0. So we subtract both sides by negative 2. So we got 3x plus 0 equal negative 2. Right? The reason we do this because we want to, like put, all the x in the left hand side or the right hand side only. So now we have 3x equal negative 2. We divide both sides by 3, right? So we get x equal negative 2 over 3. See? We divided by the left hand side by 3, we got 3x divided by 3, you got x, and negative 2 divided by 3, you got negative 2 over 3. So this is the solution, another solution. In sum, in this equation, you got two solutions, x equal 2 and or x equal negative 2 over 3. Let's look at another example when a different than 1. So we have 4x squared minus x minus 3. We need to factor this out. So in this case, a equal 4, b equal negative 1, and c equal negative 3. So the first step we need to do is we take a times c, which is 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Again, we write down two numbers. When we multiply them together, we get negative 12. And then when we add them together, equal negative 1, which is b. So we write down 1 right here. Negative 12 divided by 1, you get a negative 12. 2. Negative 12 divided by 2, you got negative 6. With 3, negative 4. And 4, negative 3. And so on. So we need to double check. So 1 add to negative 12, you got negative 11. 2 add to negative 6, you get negative 4. 3 add to negative 4, you got negative 1, which is b. See, 3 minus 4, which is right here, minus 1. And 3 times negative 4, you got negative 12 right here. So we choose this set. What does it mean? So we rewrite the expression as 4x squared. See, negative 1x, you put it at 3x minus 4x, and negative 3 right here, we put it down, right? You see, we put x outside right here. We got 4x. X times 4x, you get 4x squared right here, right? And then we'll put 3 here. X times 3, you got 3x right here. And then we put the minus sign outside because we get the minus sign here. And then the inside parenthesis, we got the 4x plus 3. You see, negative 1 times 4x, you get a negative 4x. Negative 1 times 3, you get a negative 3. Now we see the common factor 4x plus 3, right? So we put 4x plus 3 here times, You see all of the things that right before the 4x plus 3, you put it here. You put it x right here, right? And then right here is negative 1. Negative 1 times 4x plus 3. You put negative 1 here. So you got negative 1, right? So this is the final answer for this question. 4x plus 3 times x minus 1. And if the problem asks you to solve for x, you can set this one. You can set you set 4x plus 3 times x minus 1 equal 0, right? Let me erase the board first. You see, we set 4x plus 3 times x minus 1 equals 0. These two expressions, when they multiply them together, equals 0. So each expression could be equal 0, right? So we solve for x minus 1 equals 0 first. You can solve for this one, x minus 1 equals 0. We add 1 to both sides to isolate the x. So the left hand side you got only x, right? And then the right hand side you got 0 plus 1 equal 1, right? X equal 1 is the first solution. Then we solve the other equation for x plus 3 equals 0. For x plus 3 equals 0. Now we subtract both sides by 3, right? So the left hand side we only have 4x, and then the right hand side you got 0 minus 3. You got minus 3 right here. Then we divide by both sides by 4. We get x equal negative 3 over 4. And this is the second solution. Sometimes if you find difficulty to factor trinomials, you can always use quadratic formula to factor trinomials. Let me write out the formula here. X equal negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. This is the formula, and this is the solution for the given trinomials. So let's look at this example. X squared plus 5x plus 3. What are we going to do here? We're going to factor this trinomial, and then we use the formula above to do it. So x equal negative b is negative 5, right? Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac is 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 all divided by 2a. 2a is 2 times 1. And it equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared right here equal 25. Minus 4 times 1 times 3 equal 12. All divided by 2 times 1 is 2, right? And x equal negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 12 equal 13. all divided by 2. So this is the solution for the given quadratic expression, right? So we want to factor this out. The result is x minus -5 plus the square root of 13 all divided by 2 times x minus -5 subtract to square root of 13 divided by 2, right? And then you can simplify further by, you see, put this one down, put -5 plus the square root of 13 right here, all divided by 2, right? Times, you see this negative sign outside of the numerator. The numerator have a -5 and subtract to the square root of 13. You can put it as x plus 5 plus square root of 13, right? All divided by 2. And this is the final answer, right? Because when you use the formula, you can always, try to write out two solutions, and then you can write out the factors of the given trinomials, right?